Welcome back. We're here at Precision Auto. We are going to be working on some side skirts today. Front lip for a 98 Honda Civic project that I have set up for my son. It's a taffeta white color. What we're going to do right now is we're going to put some primer on here. First we'll clean up, we'll primer them up, and then you will see us on the next episode for the color, when we put the color and the wet clear. So we're going to jump right in. What I'm doing right now is I'm using a surface cleaner, which is also known as like a prep all. We use that for degreasing the surface. Any contaminants, you put that right on there and you'll be able to see if you have any dirt, any contamination on the panels that you're painting. Some people don't use it, some people do. I like to use it. I like to be a little extra with some of the stuff. You can never be too clean as a painter or as a body prep guy. And here at Precision, we like to be very precise about what we do in our repairs every day. So, and it shows for it. And I'm gonna show you in a little example here. Probably gonna have some. I've already cleaned these already, but I'm gonna go over it again just so you guys can see the process. And we might see that right there, as you can see. And you couldn't see that on the surface. If you looked at it, it looks like everything was clean, but there is dirt, there is contaminants on there. So that's why we do take the extra step to make sure we clean the panels that we have, so that we don't have any issues when we are painting. Eliminate any variations that's possible, any variables in the paint. And we're gonna jump right in shortly here to make sure everything is nice and clean. And I will show you guys how we mix up a little primer here. We'll be using a urethane primer, a little flex in it, because some of these parts are slightly flexible. So we wanna just make sure we have bending when we bend them up and stuff to put them on the car. So we're gonna let that dry off, and then what we're gonna do is we're gonna get some tack rags out, and I have one already open and ready to go. You got your tack rags. What you want to do is you want to open them up all the way, and then you just kind of crumple them up a little bit. Sometimes they're real sticky and they're hard to open up. Let's see here. There we go. There we go. There it is. It's like having a cloth with syrup on it. And what this does, it takes all the dust and little dust nibs and stuff that goes on here that you can't see. It just gives it a nice clean surface to work with. All right, we're gonna let this tack off nice. We'll get ready to mix up some primer here shortly, okay? We have a quart cup we're using. I'm not gonna use a whole quart for this, probably only a couple ounces. But the way these work is you have 1 to 1, 2 to 1, so on and so forth. So what you wanna do is you wanna check with your paint manufacturer's technical data sheet, and they'll tell you how to mix that ratio, so you can get the right ratio when you go to paint and stuff like that. So right now we're gonna do a 4 to 1. So this is our column here, 4, 1, 15% to 1. These are if you're gonna use like a reducer, if it requires a reducer or some type of additive to add into the paint, you would use these here. But we're just gonna use the 4 and the 1. And the way that works is we'll put paint up to whatever number here, and then you'll put your hardener up to the last number. So it doesn't matter whether it's a 1, 2, 3, all that matters is that if you fill up the paint to 2, you're gonna end in a 2. If you fill up to 4, you're gonna end in a 4. And that's how that works, all right? Oh yeah. So here we are. Right here. We're gonna go up to the number 2. Let's see what that gives us as far as sprayable. We're at a number 2, 4-to-1 ratio. That's about 6 ounces of primer. And then we're going to go up to this last 2, and that'll give us about 10 ounces of sprayable primer to spray our panels. And here we are. Sorry, I had it in the wrong section. We're right here. There we go. Up to the 2. If you go over just a hint, not a big deal. It'll be just fine. Go ahead and stir that up nicely. All right. Get ourselves a strainer here real quick. Now the reason for using a strainer is sometimes when you're pouring your paint, or bugs can get in there in the summertime. You get a lot of gnats and bugs. Even like, if you're just using an older can, sometimes the crust, it can drop down into the paint. So, one of the purposes is to remove any contaminants, any type of, debris that's in the paint when you go to put it in the gun. So again, you can't be too clean when you're painting. So. All right, we're gonna set this down for a minute here. And we're gonna just go back and check our panels, make sure we're dry. Everything's looking okay here. All right, we're gonna give it one last tack off, just in case any dust decided to walk in on us. All right. Now I'm gonna have to blow this panel a little bit, just in case, because I see a little water still left from when we washed it. So we're gonna dry that off just a little bit. All right, here we go. Let's get ready. All right, so safety, of course. Wear a mask. Now, you guys might not be able to hear me talk much because I'm going to have a mask on, but just follow me and I'll show you how it goes down. All right. What I do first, I'm just going to lay a little dusting, just so that the primer has something to adhere to. Right now, I'm just blowing it off, make sure there's no water spots anywhere that I didn't see or missed. Okay. We're gonna let that dry. I'll come back to that later on to fix that. Just hit it with a little 320, sand it down. Easy fix. All right, let's get back in action here. Comes through the line, so sometimes you got to put like a little towel around it to help prevent that. So we'll get it fixed real quick. Just gonna take a paper towel and go over the surface real quick. Just gonna blow the area off a little bit. Make sure we're drying up. And I'm just gonna dust it. What I'm doing is I'm just adjusting my fan pattern here I'm making it smaller so I can reach in those little areas to get to those, those tight spots. Here we go. Is I'm gonna use a special light here. There's a lot of manufacturers on the market. They sell these lights. They're not normal flashlight. It's basically supposed to like kind of mimic the sun's light. There's different shades of it. And the purpose of that is for color matching. When you're blending colors, to see if you're matching, to see if it's, if it's blending into the panel. To see if you have enough coverage of paint, enough paint on the panel that you can't see through to the other, previous paint or, the primer or, if your body fill or things like that. So that's what this is for. It's about 3 or 4 settings on here. My mom got me this actually. Shout out to my mom. And so here's our first one. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna cut this little light off right here. And I'll kind of show you how that works. Even though we still got some light up in the shop, but basically what it does is it allows you to see through the paint to see if there's any, spots. So right now this was black. So if we look through here and we see any areas that are still showing the plastic through it, then we'd have to, do another pass. So far it looks like we're okay. I see a little bit right here in this area. So we'll let that dry a little bit and then we'll throw another coat on. Yeah, we got to hit that little area there. So I'm gonna just check this guy out. Looks like this one's good to go. All right, cool. We'll hit that other side over there. All right, let's get ready to touch up some areas here. I'm gonna do a force dry with some air, and then we'll just add some color and go from there. Very good, very good. Looking good. Also want to let you guys know, big shout out to Precision Auto, Real Wise Productions for today's video, and sponsoring us here at CL Paintworks LLC. Thank you. We'll see you again.